We're live.
Okay, hi guys. I think we are live now. We are trying out a new setup. If you can see us, if the audio is all good, then let us know in the chat that everything is good. Then we'll look at today's stream. The topic of the stream is basically evaluating a few profiles. We get these requests quite often asking us to review their profiles. So I've prepared a list of profiles that I'll first review, and after that I look at the stream also. Now, as you can also see, there are a lot of people who are asking us to review their profiles. So we might not be able to review all the profiles, but we'll try to review as many as we can. So I'll first start off with a couple of profiles that I've actually taken. I haven't looked at the profiles. This I asked my staff to prepare this list for me. I'll pick some of them and I'll give you my opinion. The first one is by Sonu. Sonu's got 82 percentile in 10th, 95 percentile in 12th. She is a BA Honors Political Science from Delhi University, 72 percentile. What should be my percentile for BLACKI? So if you're looking at it, when I look at a profile, I try to see what is the score in 10th and 12th. The criteria that I try to see is it above 10? Is it above 80? In 10th, it is above 80. In 12th, it is even better. It is above 90. It is actually 95. So both of them are pretty good. In graduation, it is 72, which is slightly lesser, but still because this is BA, this is not B.Tech. She is a non-engineer. That is very good. And I'm assuming it is a female. So I don't know the gender, but I'm assuming based on the name that it is a female. So she will have two advantages. One advantage is that she is a non-engineer. The other is she'll also get some points for academic diversity. In addition to it, her 10th and 12th scores are very good. So keeping all of this in mind, I would say for you to get most of the BLACKI calls, if you score about 98.5, I would expect you to get most of the BLACKI calls. So focus on preparing well for CAT. In addition to it, try to work somewhere. So if there is one thing that I would say in your profile which is not very good, is the work X. I can't say any work X in your profile. So if you can try to add say 1 or 2 years of work X, then it will look perfect. So focus on building your work X and start preparing for CAT. You want to look at anything
One
else?
thing I'll add to her profile. So basically, when you score for undergrad, okay, so in many of the institutes like IIM, Ahmedabad and Calcutta, etc., whatever is like the score for engineering streams, 5% lesser or 5 marks lesser is the same equivalent score in commerce, and 5 marks lesser than that is the equivalent score in arts. So if you have BA political science, if you have 72, it is equivalent to 82. So she'll get in the that kind of bucket as such. So she actually has a very good profile given all of that. So she can easily target ABC as such. And as Bharati said, 98.5% and anything above that, she's likely to get most of the calls as such.
Okay. I'll be looking at one of the profiles from the chat. There is one which Simple Sanya has just messaged. Her profile is 93, 82.5, 69.8. She's a general female engineer, graduated last year, but because of some medical issues, she doesn't have any work ex. Now, I would say that from your perspective, I think your 10th and 12th is again very good, similar to what I discussed about Sonu. Both of them are above 80 and 10th is above 93, so both of them is pretty good. Graduation is above 60 but below 70. It is 69.8, which I think is slightly unfortunate. If you had actually scored 70.2, it would have been better. So graduation is slightly on the lower side, and no work ex is also not an ideal situation. I know that there are some medical issues, but I'm just telling you what I feel. No work ex will not be very nice. But because you just graduated this year, it will not be that big a issue. If the gap year is less than one or maybe 1.5 year, especially with medical issues, it will not look jarring. Having said that, because you're an engineer, you will not get marks for academic diversity. So I would want you to focus properly on CAT. I think for you to get most of the top MBA calls, if you're looking only at BLACKI, maybe 91.1, 99.1, 99.2 is required. But if you're looking at the top tier 1 institutes like MDI, all of them, maybe any score above 97, I think you have a good chance of getting a shortlist. Guys, we have close to 150 people who are watching this stream live. Please do like this stream. One more thing I want to tell you is, like most of you can see, we are being deluged with a lot of chats. So if you want us to really look at your chat, maybe try to do some sort of a super chat so that it will come into our attention. Even if the money is very small, even that is fine. But so that we can actually pick the profiles that we can actually review.
Yeah, and to add to Marati's this, for Sanya, if you are a girl, L and K especially is offers a lot of points for gender diversity. So for there, if you get anywhere above 98.5 to 99, 98.5 plus, I think the many of the calls from new IIMs to LK might be possible, but 99 plus, you will be safer on all of the LIK calls as such.
Yeah, this is again especially important for the female aspirants, female students. Many of the baby AMs and new AMs have a lot of points for gender diversity. So there, I think you will have a lot of advantage. Let me look at another profile. Like you can see in the chat, we are getting a lot of this, so I'm not able to really figure out. I'll ask my team to shortlist a few and give me the profiles. Can you try to move the mic a little closer?
Okay, I'm not audible. Okay. Okay.
You can pick another profile.
There. Okay, 1 second.
Any profile is fine.
So somebody asked that, ma'am, 10th 95, 12th 78.8, UG 77.4, 1 year internship experience, 8 months work ex, have good extracurriculars and general engineer male. See, basically your 10 score is good, you're in the top bucket there. Your 12 score is slightly average, you're not in the top 2 buckets there. In the UG also, you're not in the top 2 buckets. And work experience, you have 8 months work experience, which is good. With 1 year internship experience, combined it will be, you will get some points, but not a whole lot of points. So overall, your academic diversity score is not very high. So you will have to compensate for it with a very high CAT score, especially because you're a general engineer male. So with a low profile in academic profile and general engineer male, you have to, if you want the top like ABC, you need 99.9 plus, and if you need LIK, you need 99.5 plus at the very least. This is especially true when you have less than perfect 12th and undergrad scores. Your 12th score is slightly lower than what it should be. Undergrad is okay. Many people are actually at that particular level in undergrad, but 12th score is slightly lower than what is generally the academic profile of people who are actually targeting for those top institutes as such.
Okay, we got a super chat. So let me first look at the super chat. There is one guy called Billionaires Mindset. I don't know what his name is. He also hasn't mentioned his work ex, so I'm assuming he's a fresher. He got 90 percentile in 10th, 82 percentile in 12th, 9.5 CGPA, and he's a general engineer male. What I would tell you is this. I think you have done as well as you could in your academics. I think 90 in 10th is pretty good. 82 in 12th also is pretty good. And even your CGPA is 9.5, which is fantastic. So in the things that you can do, you have done pretty well. And you're a general engineer male, so that I think is will keep the bar slightly high for you. I would say that if you're a fresher, there are two things I would tell you. Like somebody I've told earlier, till now you have done everything pretty well. You have scored well in your academics, both in 10th, 12th, and CGPA. Now I would want you to start working somewhere. Try to gain some points on your work ex, because that is one place where I think you can improve your performance. And you will have to target 99.5 plus if you're looking for BLACKI scores. If you're looking for any good institute, if you're looking for IITs, if you're looking for MDA, if you're looking for most of them, then I think any score above 98.5, maybe 98 plus also, you will get more, some of the shortlists from the tier 1 institutes. You will get some of the shortlists because I think your profile is very, very good.
I'll take the profile of Dhiraj. So Dhiraj is a general engineer male. He has 84.8 in 10th, which is a good score. 12th is slightly lower with 69.5. B.Tech is 56. Job experience is 3 years. So you have essentially two parts which are slightly weak on your profile. One part which is 10th, which is fairly decent, and job experience of 3 years will also give you 10 points as such. In the work experience part, it will be, this is the max you can go. Sometimes this is exactly the maximum marks you can get in job profile as such. So that you will get full. In 10th, you will get slightly one lesser, like either 8 points out of 10 or something like that. 12th and B.Tech would be slightly difficult because they will kind of drag down your academic profile. Given that you are a general engineer male, what this basically means is that Ahmedabad and Bangalore would be slightly difficult to impossible. Calcutta is still a possibility, but you'll have to have a very high CAT score, like 99.99192 plus. For LIK, you will still need 99.7 or 8 plus. And new IIMs, I feel, are a good possibility given that you have 3 years work experience. Many of them, when you have, like, there are many, like LIK also, there are institutes which essentially either don't count 12th or don't count 10th. So L doesn't count 12th, so that would actually be an advantage to you where you have then 2 out of 3 points would be strong points as such. Your 10 score, your work experience, and your undergrad would be slightly weaker, but that's fine. So there are some new IIMs also which would actually be good for you, like Shillong, etc., which would give you a lot of points for your work experience. So those would be the ones that you should target. But because you're a general engineer male, even for new IIMs, I would say a safe score you would have to be 99 point, at least 3 plus as such.
Okay, we got one more super chat. We actually have 3 super chats, one by Sharma Codes, Biswadeep, and Garvit. I'll first look at Sharma Codes. He's a general non-engineer male. He will start working in Big Four next month as analyst. So he'll have 1 year work ex by 31st July 2025. He has 83% in 10th, 90% in 12th, and 3.3 out of 4 CGPA for undergraduate, B.Sc data science, and got 9.3 in M.Tech 2024. Sharma, I think your profile again is pretty good. You are a non-engineer, so that will definitely give you some academic diversity points. You also have very good 10th and 12th. 83 in 10th is pretty good. 90 in 12th is pretty good. CGPA of 3.3 out of 4 also seems to be very nice. Although I'm not super sure of how it translates to as ranks. But my guess is that it is a pretty good score in B.Sc data science. Now, you will have 1 year work ex by 31st July 2025. But when you're actually filling up the form, the work ex that you'll have will be just a few months. But again, it is not something that you can do. You have just started working. There is no gap here. So it is not your fault. But I'm just saying that you have essentially done everything as well as you could. So your profile is pretty good. What I would want from you is I want you to prepare well for CAT. And because you're a non-engineer with a very good academic profile, I think you will get most of the BLACKI calls if you can cross 99. Probably 99 also is not needed, but 99, if you can get 99, it will be safe. So all the best. You have done everything well right now. Even your MH score is pretty good. Continue working like that and try to score above 99 in CAT.
I'll take another profile that is there. So Biswadeep has 10 CGPA, 12th 95, B.Tech 9.24 from NIT WorkX 48 months at the time of CAT General. Excellent profile, really top notch throughout this. At such kind of profiles, you can really aim that even IIM Bangalore with such profiles, right, will give calls even at 98 percentile because they really want such profiles with excellent, like top of the line ACADs throughout. You can, but I would say that still to be on the safer side, aim for 99.3 plus as such. But with such ACADs, with such profiles, IIM Bangalore, especially those which are very profile oriented, will give calls at a much lower percentile also. But having said that, to be on the safer side, go for higher like 99.3, 99.4 so that your conversion chances are also very high. Because this is an excellent profile. You can very realistically target ABC as such. Okay.
Biswadeep, I think with your profile of 10 in 10th, 95.6 in 12th, 9.24, and most importantly, 4 years of work experience, I would be very surprised if you don't get a IIM Bangalore call at 98. Okay. But again, like she's saying, aim for 99 plus. But you have a very nice profile. I hope you make the best use of it. Let me look at the next one. You want to take?
I will. Okay. So Bruce is there. He has 7 points in 10, 12, 7 point degree, 7.8 OBC, and 2.5 years work experience. Okay, so basically over here, your 10th, 12th, and undergrad are not great, but not very weak because you are at least you have put it up 7 plus as such. So you are in that particular bucket as such. It is worse when you are 69 point something because you suddenly fall just below that bucket. So at least you have gotten it 7 plus. So throughout the spectrum, you have done decently as such. The fact that you have OBC and I'm guessing male, so you have at least those particular 2.5 year work experience will also add. So at the time of if it is 2.5 years now, it will be around 3 years then. So 36 months will get you to the top number of marks for work experience. So at this particular kind of profile, I would think that given the poorer or lower scores in 10th and 12th, I would say that for the BLACKI, you might need 99.3 plus, but for the new IIMs, it would be 98.5 plus, I guess. Okay.
Let me look at Garvit. Garvit also sent a super chat. His 10th score is 84. 12th is slightly on the lesser side. It is 73. Graduation is 83 percentile. And he is a EWS engineer male fresher. Garvit, your 10th score is pretty good. Any score above 80, I would say is a good score. But your 12th score is slightly on the lower side. 73 percentile is not ideal because you are a male engineer and you're a fresher. So you're not getting a lot of marks from either academic diversity or gender diversity. You're actually getting no marks there. You will get some advantage because you're an EWS. You will have that going for you. But your 12th score is not ideal. Your graduation score of 83 again is a pretty good score. Having said this, I think for you, as you're an EWS engineer, to get most of the calls from BLACKI or in that, for BLACKI, I think you will definitely need 99.5. For the tier 1 colleges, which include MDI, IITs and all, maybe a score above 98.5, you'll have a good chance.
Okay, I'll take the profile of Mehfooz. So he has 89.6 in 10th, 76.8 in 12th, 9.2 in undergrad, 3 years of work experience, but he left his job. See, at 3 years of work experience, even if you leave the job, that is fine, because firstly, after 3 years of work experience, if you have a gap year, it will hurt much lesser in the interview. And secondly, with 36 months of work experience, you are at the top bracket of work experience in terms of the score you will get in that part of your profile as such. Now, this is a good profile. The only weak spot I see is the slightly lesser marks in 12th, but I don't think that will hurt that much. I feel that LIK, you have a good chance of LIK, but you are a GM, so you will still need like 99 point, I think with 3 years of work experience, 99.7 plus at least will be needed. And for newer IIMs, I think still 99 plus will be needed as such. With GM, I think it is slightly difficult, but 3 years of work experience will help. Your undergrad score will help quite a bit in conversion of the interview calls also, because a 9.2 undergrad score is a very good score. It convinces the interview panel that you're a serious student, a good student, and that will also help quite a bit.
Let me look at Abhinash Mishra. Abhinash Mishra also sent us a super chat. Before I discuss his profile, there are more than 200 people who are watching us live right now. Please do like the stream, guys. If you like the stream, we'll be able to do these kind of streams more often. Now, let me look at Abhinash Mishra's profile. His profile, again, is an excellent profile. 95 in 10th, 93 in 12th, 9.31 in engineering. Anybody who scores above 9 in engineering, I have a lot of respect, because I feel that scoring 90 plus in 10th and 12th is something that I've seen many people do, but scoring 9 plus in engineering, very few people do. So your profile, I think, again, you have done very well in as far as academics are concerned. You also have 13-month work ex as of July 2024, that is as of today. I hope that you're continuing to work. Now, you are looking for BLACKI shortlist. I think with your excellent profile and also work ex, you will get all the shortlists, because you are a GEM student, you will need 99.7. But if you're looking for some of the BLACKI shortlists, I think even at 99.2, 99.3, you'll have a chance at many of the shortlists. Maybe not A, maybe not C, but some of the others, I think you'll get even at 99.2 or 99.3. I would also want you to continue to work. Even if you are able to convert a good institute this year, that is very nice. Even if you are not able to convert a good institute this year, if you continue to work and accumulate, say, 3 years of work ex, then I think you can get a shortlist from IIM Bangalore at much lesser percentile, because you have a stellar academic profile. Even at 98, you'll be getting shortlist.
I'll take up Tanaya's this. So her profile is 1071.6, 1274, grad 79.89, maths, B.Sc maths, no work ex, general female. So over here, I think decent throughout this. See, if you are 70 plus, you are still in a fairly decent score getting across the board. The only weak point is that you have no work ex, but you have B.Sc maths. So again, you have diversity, academic diversity points plus gender diversity points, and these will help quite a bit with LIK as such. And even with ABC also, it does help. So you have if for the first 6 IIMs, BLACKI IIMs, I think you will need 99 point, given the fact that you have no work ex and you're a general female, you will need 99.5 plus, I think. For LIK, I think 99.3 plus, given you have academic diversity, you have gender diversity. For the new IIMs, I think you need 98.5 plus as such.
Let me look at Chandak Patra, 10th 92, 12th 96, B.Tech 8.7, M.Tech Research, NIT Suratkal 8.6. Okay. So he's done B.Tech, he got 8.7. He's done M.Tech, he got 8.6. He has a work ex of 2 years. Would M.Tech have a negative impact on my call chances? I think M.Tech will not have a negative impact. It will actually have a positive impact. So don't worry about your M.Tech. It is only going to help you. I think again your profile is pretty good. You have got a 90 plus in 10th and 12th. You have done engineering from a very good engineering college, and you have done well there. So all the things that you can do right now, you have done very well. You also have 2 years work ex. So probably if you can get 3 years of work ex, that will be ideal. That will be like essentially perfect. But 2 years also is pretty good. All I would tell you is, if you can score 98.5 plus, you'll get a lot of shortlists. If you can score 99 plus, you'll get most of the shortlists. But if you need A and C, probably you'll need again 99.4, 99.5, because your profile is exceptional. But all I'm saying is your profile is pretty good. Put in a lot of effort. Try to make the best use of it.
Did you do Varun's profile?
No.
Okay, so Varun is NC-OBC, 10th is 70.3, 12th is 88.1, BECSC 80.49. Uh, 1 year work experience in June 2025. So your work experience will be less than 12 months because it is at the time of interviews. So you will not get any points over there, but you have a good score in 12th as well as in undergrad, so that is very good for you. Yet your 10th score is slightly lower, so places where 10th score is not important, you would actually have an advantage. Where 12th score is taken or undergrad score is given more importance, you will have more advantage. NC-OBC and a decent profile overall as such, I would think that if you have, I think, 99 point for the BLACKIs, I think you need 99.5 plus to 7 plus, and for new IIMs, I think you need 99 plus as such.
There is one profile of Bhakti Rajak. He got 555, that is 10th, 12th, and undergraduation. He's an SC who is a non-engineer, and his work ex is 23 months. He is looking for any IIM possible. I would tell you that, see, your 10th and 12th are not ideal. 10th and 12th, I think if you had scored above 70 plus, it would have been better. Even your undergraduation, I think if it was above 70, it would have been better. But having said that, there's nothing much you can do now. Whatever has happened has already happened. You can't change your academic scores. So focus right now on the advantage that you have. I think because you're a non-engineer, you are going to get some points for academic diversity. And you also have 23 months of working. So that also is going to be helpful. Because you also have some benefit of the category, I think you'll have to aim for say 95 plus. I think if you have 95 plus, then I think you will have a chance, because I think your 10th and 12th are not ideal. But still, I would say try to do what is in your hands, which is preparing well for CAT, and try to score above 95%. Then I think you can expect a decent number of shortlists.
Did you do the CA finalist profile? No.
No, one second. One thing I want to say is we are again getting a lot of super chats. So even if we miss some of them because we are not able to attend even all the super chats, everybody who has submitted a super chat, we will do a video where we'll review their profile. We are reviewing as many as we can now, but even if we miss out on some of them, we will upload a video where we review all of your profiles of everyone who has sent a super chat in the next couple of days.
Yeah, so ADS vlog has written, so his profile is 92, 96, 7.3 CGPA, PWD male, BCom, CA finalist, no work experience. How much do I need for black eye? With PWD, you need much lesser. I would say a safe score would be 98.5 percentile plus, would be a very safe score to get everywhere. Plus, you have 92 and 96 in 10th and 12th, so Bangalore will definitely come. Many of these institutes will definitely give a call with PWD, especially at I think 98 percentile plus also. But on the safer side, get at least 98.5 percentile. I think that would be very safe. I might be overestimating over here, but 98.5 percentile would be a safe percentile for all BLACKI calls as such.
Okay. Guys, we have more than 200 people who are watching us live, but there are less than 100 likes. So please do like the stream. We are trying to review as many profiles as we can. So the more number of people who like, the more motivated we'll be to conduct these kind of streams more often. Let me look at Ayush Beruwas. This guy also has a relation profile. His 10th, 12th and undergraduation, all of them are above 90. Fantastic profile, 91, 95, 94. He's from an NIT, so that is also a tier 1 institute. And he has 3.5 years of work ex in a PSU, but he left his job. Now, many people actually ask me about leaving their job for CAT preparation. I always tell them one thing. If you already worked for 2-3 years, then if you are taking a break from your job to prepare for CAT, it is completely fine. But if you're a fresher who's taking a break immediately after engineering, probably it won't look so good. So even in that case, for Ayush, I think leaving your job after 3.5 years of work in a PSU is not bad. It is not going to look bad in your profile. All I would say is right now focus on CAT. Everything else is going your way. Try to score about 98% to get most of the shortlists. Because again, your profile is fantastic. You'll at least get a call from IIM Bangalore if you can score about 98. If you can score about 99, then you'll get a lot more shortlists.
I'll review the profile of Jila. She has 97th in 10th, 95 in 12th, BBA final year, expecting 8.5 female, NC-OBC. Excellent profile. You will get calls across the spectrum. I would say that try to aim for 99 percentile or even 98.7 percentile plus. You will get it across the spectrum because firstly you have NC-OBC, gender diversity, exceptionally good academic profile. All of them are there. So you will definitely get a very good calls at even 98, 99, like 99 percentile, you will get good calls. So aim at least, try to aim for 99 percentile. You will, I would say that you would mostly get most of the calls for those at that particular level as such.
Check the chat because let us first answer the super chats.
Yeah, okay.
No. In the chat, they're actually shortlisting the super chats.
Okay, sir.
So let me review Tommy 17. This guy got 9 in 10, very good score, and 9 in 12. So both of them, I think he has done pretty good. Graduation is 72 percentile with 2 years work ex. Okay, and he is from a resort category. Okay. I would say, see, if you're looking at it, your 10th and 12th, I think is pretty good. You've gotten above 9 in both of them. That is very nice. In undergraduation, I think you scored 72 percentile, which is not ideal, but it is not bad. Everybody's graduation score dips a little, but if it was above 80, I would have said it is very nice. But even between 70 and 80, it is not too bad. I think it is pretty good. Your work experience of 2 years, again, is very nice. I don't know your reserved category. You seem to suggest that this is a category. I don't know whether it is NC-OBC or SC or ST or PWD. But okay. But I think overall, I think your profile is very nice. Try to score above 99 to get most of the shortlists. If your category will help you more, probably you can get most of the shortlists even at 97 or 96.
Okay, so I have Arvind's profile. So 10 CGPA in 10th, 95.6 in 12th, 8.85 CGPA in UG, 24-month work experience, GEM candidate. Excellent profile. There is nothing I would say or fault you with the profile. Like absolutely very good 10th, very good 12th. 8.85 CGPA is an excellent CGPA, but again it is slightly below 9. So just very few points deducted over there. 24 months work experience again will help you. Now, as you are a GEM candidate, you will need at least 99.7 plus to get the BLACKI calls as such. You have a very good academic profile, so that will help you considerably. So what would have been 99.9 percentile plus requirement is now at 99.7 percentile. Still, to be on the safer side, try to aim above 99.7 because as a general engineering male, you have to actually, the level of competition rises every year as such. So on the safer side, 99.7 percentile plus only.
Okay, let me look at Visist Kurmi. He also sent us a super chat. His 10th is 9.2. His 12th is 75.2. He is a non-engineer. He did his BA in political science at 70.5. He also did his MA in geography at 70 percentile. He has a 3 years gap because of UPSC prep, and he qualified UPSC prelims as well. So if I'm looking at your profile, I would say that the advantages you have is that you have a good score in 10th, which is 9.2. You're a non-engineer, so that also is nice. You have a post-graduation. Post-graduation also in some of the IIMs, it is going to help you. So these are the things that are good. Among the things that are going to not help you a lot, maybe hurt you a little, are your 12th score, which is not above 80. Any score above 80, I would say is a good score in 12th, but your score is below 80. So that is one issue. The second thing is 3 years of gap years is definitely going to hurt you. I can't like sugarcoat it. 3 years of gap after your engineering, it is going to hurt you, but you should be prepared for that answer. I would say that if you have 3 years of gap, try to find a job before you actually go to that interview, because you don't want to come across as somebody who finished his engineering, or in this particular case, he finished his MA, then took a gap of 3 years to prepare for UPSC, and then suddenly he is going for MBA. Because the interviewer is definitely going to ask you, okay, you seem to be like doing a lot of things. First, you have done your BA in political science, then you are doing your MA in geography, then you went for UPSC, now you are coming for MBA. So it looks like there is no clear story that you can say. Everybody, at least a IIM professor, is looking for some sort of a consistency in your aspirations. So if you're not able to defend it, it is not going to be very easy to convince the professors in the IIMs. So that is one thing that you should be very clear. I would recommend you to find a job, work for a few months, take CAT, and then you will be able to defend it. You can then say that, okay, I gave UPSC because it was my passion. I worked on it for 3 years. I was very committed to it, but I was not able to convert it. So now I cut my losses, and now I'm focusing on my career. And then you can probably tell about your MBA journey. But going to the interview without a job, I think will look not very nice for you.
This Shubham's profile, general non-engineer male, 89.8, 73.5, 76.7 with 20 months work experience. So target is IIMA. So in general, if you are a general engineering male with that profile, the target percentile would be 99.95 plus, because you have slightly lower scores in 12th and undergrad as such. You have good work experience, so that is good. But again, with general engineering male, it would have been 99.95 plus. Given that you're a non-engineering male, you are going to get academic diversity points. So I would say it would be 99.85 percentile plus as such. It is going to be difficult because your 12th score are going to hurt you slightly, your undergrad score is going to hurt you slightly. And this would, the 10th score will help slightly, but these two will slightly reduce your academic profile points. but work-X will again help. So 99.85 should be a good target to have, because I think at that target, there's a good chance that you're going to get IIM call as such.
Let me look at the profile of Anushka Kalavatia. She is a BCom, CGPA is 7, 10th is 90.2, 12th is 89.8, general female, 1 year work ex by next year in the Big Four as audit analyst, semi-qualified, CMA US. I think your 10th and 12th are pretty good. You are a non-engineer, so that is also going to help you. Your BCom score, I think, is slightly less. 7 seems to be slightly less, but whether it is above 7 or below 7 also will be important. Essentially, whether it is 6.9 or 7.1 will also matter. Those are the things about your profile. You will definitely get a lot of advantage because from gender diversity as well as academic diversity, both of these things. Your work ex is slightly on the lower side. You will have 1 year work ex by the time of joining next year. But the work ex that will be counted for CAT and for the shortlist is only, I think, till November. So probably you'll be getting 5-6 months of work ex. So your work ex is slightly on the lower side, but that is fine. It is not something that you can really make up for right now. Having said that, I think because of your profile, if you can score above 98, you'll get most of the BLACKI shortlist. Focus mostly on all the important sections. Try to clear all the sections because most of the people who are essentially non-engineers have this paranoia about quant. So don't let that happen to you. Try to clear all the cutoffs and try to focus on scoring overall above 98%. Then I think you have a good shot at getting most of the shortlist.
We have profile of Gautam Krishna. So he has 10th 95, 12th 95, grad 82, NC-OBC, fresher, non-engineer. So good profile. I feel that 10th, 12th score are very good. Your graduation score is also good. Since you are a non-engineer, again, that would also factor in how that score is scaled. Because you're a fresher, you do not have work experience points. But with NC-OBC and that kind of profile, if you're targeting the top 6 IIMs, I would feel that a good score to target would be 99.5 percentile plus and 99.75 percentile plus for ABC as such. But this is a very good profile. It will help you quite a bit in getting good shortlist.
Okay, let me look at another one. This is by Nagaraj Barakar. He got 9.6 in 10th, 92 in 12th, and 76.5 in graduation. He's a male OBC engineer who has a work ex of 44 by July. 44 by July, okay. So again, if you're looking at your profile, I think this is a typical quintessential profile, which seems to be made for IIM Bangalore. Very good 10th and 12th. But for IIM Bangalore, I think your graduation is slightly on the lower side. If it was also about 90, that would have been perfect for IIM Bangalore. But still, I think 76.5 is not a bad score. I think it is a decent score, not a very good score, not a bad score. It is a decent score with respect to your graduation. You will have advantage because your work ex is very high. It is 3.5 years. That is pretty good. And you also will get some benefit from the NC-OBC category. So having said all of this, I think if you can score about 98.5, maybe about 98, I think you'll get most of the shortlist. And if you're looking for IIM Bangalore, I think you'll get it at even slightly lesser.
Okay. So Udit Singh is asking 10th 9.4, 12 55, B.Sc 55, LLB DU, 24 plus months work experience, now OBC NC, any chances of BLACKI? See, your chances of, your 10 score is very good. Your 12 score and B.Sc scores are slightly on the lower side. Your B.Sc scores again would be okay given that they'll be slightly increased because you are a non-engineer as such. But your 12 score is quite a bit on the lower side, and you might not have a realistic chance with A and B at least because it is pretty much on the lower side. Of the BLACKI institutes, I would say your best chance is with Lucknow because it doesn't consider some of these scores as such. I think it doesn't consider 12 score at all. So with in terms of BLACKI especially, I think A, B chances are on the lower side. With a good CAT score, C chances are always there because they give lower priority, lower weightage to the academic profile as compared to the CAT score, both in shortlisting as well as in final conversion. And K and I, again, you have academic diversity points, so they will also help you there.
Let me look at Kritik Rohan. He also gave a super chat. His 10th is 80. His 10th is 88 percentile. His 12th is 77 percentile. Engineering is 75.8. He's from SRM. He has the SC category. He has a work experience of 30 months, now working as a proprietorship. Okay, I think your 10th score is pretty good. 80 plus is always a good score. 12th is 77.17, which is a good score, but not a very good score. Ideally, if it had crossed 80, I would have said it's a very good profile. Engineering of 75.8, I think is a good score. Engineering, like I said earlier, everybody's percentile decreases in engineering. So yours also, I think, has slightly fallen, but still that is fine. A 75 percentile in engineering is a good score. You will also get the benefit from the category. And your work experience of 2.5 years is also pretty good. If you're working as a proprietorship right now, I'm not sure what that actually means, but you will need the actual work certificates. So if you're working as a proprietorship, if you have started your own firm, or if you're working under a proprietorship, ensure that you're getting the work certificates. The work certificates would include the last month pay slip, the offer letter. All of these things are important. So ensure that those things will not create any issue later on. With your profile and with your work experience and your category, if you can score above 95, 96 percentile, I think you'll get shortlist from all the top institutes.
Okay, so I have a this from Facts Garage. So his 10th is 68, 12th is 78%, BCom honors 74%, work experience is 17 months, category SC, how much CAT percentile for BLACKI? So with SC category and a decent score across the board, at least 12th and BCom is above 70%, so decent score. 10th will hurt you a bit, but not that much. You have 17 months work experience, so that will also help you quite a bit. So in this particular profile, I feel that if you are above 97 percentile, it will be more safer and surer. 95 percentile, I expect most of the calls to come from BLACKI, 97 percentile for sure, and you will be able to convert also above 97 percentile.
Let me look at Alpesh Sosa. She's a female, bachelor in architecture, 24-month work ex. 10th is 82, 12th is 60, graduation is 7.3. Alpesh, the good things about your profile are good 10th score, which is above 80. 24-month work ex, again nice. You are a non-engineer, you're a female, so you'll definitely benefit from the gender diversity and academic diversity. You'll also get some benefit from the NC-OBC category. But I'll tell you the thing that will hurt you. This is your 12th score of 60. That is not ideal. If it was above 70 also, I think your profile would have been fairly nice. But 12th score of 60 is slightly on the lower side. Graduation of 7.3 is a good score. It is not a very good score, but it is a good score. It is for B Arc, I'm not so sure how it will actually translate to. But for B.Tech, a score of 73 is a pretty good score. It is a good score. It is not a fantastic score, but it's a good score. So having said all of these things, I think you have a lot of things going for you. And there is only essentially one issue with your profile, which is your 12th score. But otherwise, I think most of the other things are pretty good for you. I would expect you to get most of the shortlists if you can score about 97 percentile in CAT.
I'll take Nefarious's profile. So OBC, non-engineer female. So you have all the points for OBC, non-engineering academic diversity points, female gender diversity points. She has 89.5 in 10th, 72.4 in 12th, 8 CGPA. So the academic profile is also very solid, very sound as such. 16-month work experience. She's asking about ABC. The only one weak point I can find in your profile is your 12 score, which is slightly on the weaker side, but that can affect your chances of getting a Bangalore call. But otherwise, your profile is so strong that A and C are a very good chance that you will get the profile. If you target 98 percentile plus, I feel that you have a very good chance of A and C percentile with a good academic profile, with OBC, with non-engineer female. There's a good chance at 98.5 percentile plus. B would be slightly difficult because of your 12 score.
Let me look at Urja Bhatnagar. She got 83 and 85 in 10th and 12th. That I think is a very good score. She did BA journalism and she got 66 in it, 67 in it, and she has a work experience of 23 months. So again, the usual things that I tell people, because you're a non-engineer and you will get the gender diversity marks, I think those are things that you're going for you. Your 10th and 12th are also pretty good, but I think the issue is with your 12th marks. One sec, I just lost your profile.
Yeah. 83 and 85 grad BA journalism.
Yeah, I think your graduation score was slightly on the lower side, but your 10th and 12th is pretty good. But because you're a non-engineer, and this is also journalism, which I think will get a lot more points in essentially institutes like say IIM Ahmedabad, where the competition will not be too high. There are different types of non-engineers. I think non-engineers who are journalists don't take CAT so often. So I think for you to get a call from IIM Ahmedabad will be even easier. So focus on scoring about 95 percentile.
Yeah. So basically 67 in BA is equivalent to 77 for engineers. So it's actually not that weak. For BA score, it is not a weak spot at all. So it's a good profile. And given that you have academic diversity and female, the chances of you converting the calls also are much better because they want different profiles in their batch. They want people from different backgrounds and not a lot of journalists even apply or take CAT. So you have a very good chance of even converting the calls. Okay, so I'll take the profile of Dharm Joshi. Yeah. So general category 10th 8.8, 12 7.8, B.Sc agriculture 7.9, FABM in IMA. Okay, so you are interested in FABM and IMA. So I would think that given your background in B.Sc agriculture, you have a very good profile for FABM. and your 12th is slightly on the lower side, but it is not that not weak also. General category, I would say 97% would be enough for FABM for anybody who has actually a fairly solid.
Even lesser than 97.
90 less, 95 percentile also for FABM. You have a fairly decent profile also, so a good conversion chance is also there.
Let me look at Juangdo Boro. He gave a big super chat. I'm sorry if he had missed any other super chats also. He has 19 months of work experience in an MNC, which is in power sector. His academics are 7, 6, and 7. He has a scheduled tribe category. He is a B.Tech electronics engineer. Joang Du Boro, I think the good things about your profile are 19-month work ex, which is 1.5 years. Continue to work. If you get into a good MBA institute now, this year, that is good. Otherwise, try to increase it even more. Try to get it to say 2.5 years, that is around 30-month work ex, where it will be perfect. So your work ex, you're working somewhere, that is good. This also seems to be a power sector. Again, if you actually get a shortlist, if you go into an interview, it will look nice because not many people from the power sector will actually come for interviews. Most of the people who go are engineers who are working in some software or IT or some finance. So power sector also seems to be slightly diverse. So the interview also, there is good chance that you can do well in the interview. Your academics in 10th is 70, which is okay, but your 12th score of 60 is not ideal. There, I think you will suffer a little there. But again, you recovered in your graduation, you scored 70 plus there. That is good. Where again, I think in your interview, you should tell them very clearly that even though I didn't do very well in my 12th, I recovered and I did well in my graduation. So if you can show that kind of a story, that also will look nice. You'll also get benefit of your category. So having said all of this, with your profile, I think if you can score above 85 to 90 percentile, I think you'll get a lot of shortlists.
I'll take the profile of Mudit. Mudit is general non-engineering male. 10th is 81.6, 12th is 82.3, graduation BBA aviation 86.3. So solid profile throughout. No weak spot as such. Would clear most of the cutoffs. Would clear most of the filters. 9 months work experience. This is something that I would actually tell you, Mudit. See, basically, if you have less than 12 months of work experience, they directly give you 0 points for the work experience. If you can get a job or at least something which will give you a certificate for 3 months and you get it up to 12 months, you will at least get some points for work ex, because at 9 months you will get 0 points for work ex as such. And with the short stint also, you are going to actually get it about to 12 months and you will get some points over there. So that will actually help you in your final like selection as well as conversion as such. So do try to see whether you can actually get any kind of short stint, whether you can get it after CAT or something like that. But that will help you actually cross the 12th month barrier and get some extra points over there. Otherwise, your profile is fairly solid. And given that you're a general non-engineering male, for BLACKI, you will need to target 99 percentile plus. You have a fairly solid academic background, so there is no weak spot. So 99.3, 99.4 percentile plus also you will get BLACKI calls. Otherwise, for new IIMs, if you have 98.5 percentile plus, also that is enough.
One thing I want to tell everybody who's watching this stream is worrying about your profile is not going to help you quite a lot. The thing that is going to help you is preparing well for CAT and doing well in CAT. And one of the things that I always tell people who are just starting out in their CAT preparation is the best place to start preparing for CAT is the previous years of CAT. And we have uploaded all the previous year's papers of CAT completely for free in a PDF format. And we have even provided video solutions for all of them on YouTube. The first thing I would tell you is if you have just started your preparation or if you are just getting started with it, download the CAT 2023 and CAT 2022 papers. You can go to the Krakow site, you can go to the CAT previous paper section, you can download the PDFs of all the slots, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, for at least the last 2 years, that is for CAT 2023 and CAT 2022. Once you download the PDF, try to solve a few questions every single day from these papers. Every single day you can actually try to solve say 2 LRDS sets. You can try to solve 1 reading comprehension set. You can try to solve 5 or 6 quant questions. Try to do it on a daily basis. Even if you get stuck in any question, below that question in the PDF itself, we are providing you a button for the video solution. If you just click on that button, you will be redirected to the video solution. That I think is going to help you a lot in your preparation for the actual examination. So don't take the previous year's papers lightly. They will be your biggest friend on the day of the examination. So go ahead and download the CAT previous year's papers, at least for CAT 2023 and CAT 2022.
Okay, so I will take the profile of Pratik's K. He has 93.5 in 10th, 88.3 in 12th, 7.1 in undergrad, SC, no work experience, male. So I think Pratik, you have a very good chance given that you have a fairly strong 10th and 12th profile. So that is your academic diversity academic profile is strong, slightly lower with 7.1, but at least you have breached the 7 barrier, which is the excellent thing because it is much worse falling falling zero point 0.1 below the 7 barrier than being 0.1 above. So again, you have a solid profile throughout. Again, being SC would help. No work experience would slightly hurt, but not that much. So if you're targeting BLACKI, I think you can get BLACKI given your academic profile at 97 percentile plus as such, or 96 or 95 percentile plus. Maybe I'm overestimating over there. But conversion to convert the actual call also, I think 97 percentile would be a good profile percentile to target as such. That would ensure that you not only get the shortlist, but you also convert them.
I'll answer one last question before ending the stream. This is by Rab Rak. He is a non-engineer. He's a male. He has a category of ST. His 10th score is 89. His 12th is 65. And his graduation is 61. So I'll tell you one thing which is not very good in your profile is your scores are decreasing. You started off very well at 89. That is a very good score. But your 12th decreased to 65. And then your graduation decreased further. So this will not be very nice. The second thing is you yourself are saying with a horrible gap of 4 years. So don't get very defensive about it. What can I do in the next 6 months to even somewhat better my profile apart from shooting for 99%? Focusing on doing well in CAT is definitely a good thing. That is the thing that is in your hand. That is the thing that is in your control. So that is something that you should anyways do. But my advice for students who have a lot of gap years, say a gap year of say 2 years or 3 years, or like in your case 4 years, is definitely find a job before the interview. Because there are two profiles. Assume that there is one guy who is going to the interview directly with a 4 years gap. And there is another guy who's going to the interview with 4 years gap, but then he's working somewhere for say the last 6 months or 8 months. This guy can actually convince the MBA panel that yeah, I have a gap year, but now I'm working. There are certain reasons, etc., why and all, because of which there was a gap year. But now I'm actually working, I'm thriving in my job. So that actually puts the onus back on you. Earlier, if you just have a gap year of 4 years, it is difficult for you to really convince them as to why you're doing an MBA. But here you can, with some work experience, especially if you're working right now, during the time of the interview, it will make your profile look much less worse. So my advice for anybody who has a lot of gap years is to definitely find a job right now.
Yeah, okay. I would add to that, going there with the job in hand, you will also be more confident. You will also have a certain amount of self-respect, self-confidence as such. When you go in without a job in a personal interview round, your confidence is also lower. So always having a job in hand is much better than having no job, particularly for the PI score. For all the people that we have reviewed till now, remember that your PI score will be contributing up to 30 to 40% of the overall final this as such. So PI scores become very important. There, having that kind of confidence, having that kind of calmness is also super important. And if you feel that way about your own profile, that you have a horrible gap year of 4 years, etc., where you are defensive about things, then that will also affect your confidence, and it will in turn have a repercussions on your personal interview. So keep that in mind, that when you go into your personal interview, you present the best version of yourself. Okay. So
okay, guys, that's it for today. But anybody whose profile we have missed out, especially people who have given us a super chat, I'll make a list of all of them and I'll upload a video where we'll be discussing your profiles. Thanks for tuning in. But remember what I always told you. If you don't worry too much about your profile, focus on doing well in CAT. You can find out free CAT mocks on our Kraku site. We have 3 full-length free mocks for CAT. So the first thing you should do is download the previous year's papers and start taking free mocks.
okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.